Up next, we have Lupe, who will do the presentation of the class gift.
Huh? Okay. Oh, that's the other two.
Good morning and welcome everyone to the graduation ceremony of the class of 2024. My name is Lupe Almike and I'm the senior class president here at Pembroke High School. First, I would like to congratulate all the graduate seniors who have made it to this incredible milestone. Now to all the friends, family, faculty, and distinguished guests who have supported us, especially those who have supported me along the way. Thank you for being here. Today I have the privilege of presenting a special class gift, one that embodies both our journey and the growth we experience together. A garden. This garden is not just a collection of plants and flowers, it's a living testament of the time, care, and nurture that we all have received and given during our time here. Just as a garden grows with sunlight, water, and care, as a class with constant perseverance, we have grown a lot.
That's your phone? Oh. Sorry. I thought I was wrong.
We have grown with the guidance of our teachers, the companionship of our classmates, with the encouragement of our families. Each seed planted in this garden represents the countless seeds of knowledge and friendship that have been sown into not only our minds, but our hearts. The blooms and the fruits signify the accomplishments and personal growth we have achieved together as we have tended to each other's growth, helping to water trees and provide the necessary nourishment of support. So too with this garden means to me. Let each plant be a symbol of our individual and collective journeys that receive by the strong foundation of values and education that we have built together. The vibrant colors with its lush greenery reflect the diversity and abundance of our experiences. We envision this garden as a living legacy. As we move forward into the next chapter of our lives, leaving this as a tangible symbol of our time here. It is our hope that future senior classes will take up the mantle of caring for this garden, just as we have nurtured by those who came before us. We trust that upcoming classes will cultivate this space, allowing it to continue to grow and thrive. As we move forward, may this garden be a reminder of the friendship and family that has allowed us to flourish. Let it inspire future generations to cultivate their potential just as we have done. Each year, as new seniors add their touch and become more opulent and a more simple opportunity and growth, linking all of us in a shared legacy of care upon connection. It was a true pleasure serving you as our class president. Congratulations again, class of 24. To God be the glory, we have made it.
At this time, will the senior members of the band and choir please join your groups at the back of the gymnasium in preparation for your performance following MSD. doubt who our choice is going to be this year. This class has been through so much in her high school career, we felt that there was no one better to represent the class than Representative Perry. She's widely known in Delaware County for her work serving the community, advocating for social justice and equal opportunities. She was elected in November of 2021, representing the 164th Legislative District in Delaware County. She has over 20 years' experience as an educator and is a major advocate for economic development, affordable housing, and fair funding in education, particularly in the William Penn School District. Gina holds a bachelor's and a master's degrees in criminal justice with a concentration on sociology from St. Joseph's University, the same arena you're in now. Her expertise extends beyond education into the behavioral health field, where she has served as a clinical supervisor, behavioral specialist, and therapeutic consultant to children and families. She's an active member of the Chester Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority. Gina's commitment to community extends to her involvement with the EUPEAT, the Prison Education Advisory. In October 2023, Gina co-founded the PA Black Maternal Health Caucus, addressing disparities in Black mental health outcomes. Her leadership in advocating for legislation underscores her dedication to improving Black maternal health outcomes and addressing racial disparities in maternal mortality rates statewide. Ms. Curry continues to champion initiatives that uplift and empower communities across the country. As you all know, her husband, the great Mr. Rap Curry, unexpectedly passed away last summer. Ms. Curry was one of the biggest supporters, if not the biggest, in the development of the new Rap Curry complex at Kerr Field. I can only imagine the many conversations she had with Rap Curry throughout the arduous process of completing the project. I stand before the first class that ever gets to use the complex, so graciously named after Rap, who was the lead in its development. We cannot thank you and Rap enough for your hard work and dedication in providing this for our community and the many years of service to the William Penn School District. But most of all, we cannot thank you enough for all the positive influence you both had and countless number of students over the years. So please, do me the honor of welcoming State Representative Gina Curry to the podium.
I'm supposed to put it in my pocket.
Good morning, Penwood graduating seniors, Penwood families, administrators, teachers, and staff, and to the school board of directors, and to all who made this day, the 2024 Penwood Commencement Day, happen. My name is State Representative Gina H. Curry, and I proudly represent the William Penn School District in the 164th Legislative District. I am so honored to stand before you today on what feels like one of those life-isms that I can't quite explain. You see, this very spot where I am standing today holds such an important space in my heart, one that I will forever hold close. I would like to thank my family today, some of who are present. Mama Curry sitting right over there. Rap's mom, who's been in this place many times to see basketball games and graduations and the many. And to my two beautiful daughters, Riley and Rowan, who are here by my side today, and my son who is in Florida, I thank you. Just 2 years ago, on June 13, 2022, I was sitting over there where my family is, watching my best friend give the Penwood class of 2022 words of inspiration, motivation, and love to embrace the day and to encourage each graduate to run their race to win. Today, exactly 2 years later, I am eerily standing in the same place where my late husband, my best friend, my college sweetheart, and the love of my life, Rap Curry, stood. And I am here to share with this amazing class of 2024 that in your beautiful journey ahead, that one of the most important merits in this life is to know how to pivot. To use a basketball reference, in honor of my favorite alumnus basketball player from the class of 1990, yeah, I know it was a long time ago, Rap Curry. I would say to pivot in basketball is when a player may make a movement in which the player holding the ball may move in any direction with one foot. Come on, y'all basketball players out here, you know. While keeping the other foot, the pivot foot, in contact and planted to the floor. When we have to pivot on our journey, come on adults in the room, you know what I'm saying. It means we have to begin to run or manage something in a completely different way. We may have to take a detour, all the while keeping ourselves planted and rooted in what we know, with our foundation firmly planted, but possibly having to pivot in another direction. As this beautiful class of 2024 sits in front of me, I know that each and every one of you has had to pivot at one time or another on your journey to get to this very place where you sit today. Sit and think for a moment how you may have had to move in a completely different way that may have disrupted or disturbed your movement, and you had to pivot to get to the next step. I have had to pivot many times in my life, and when I was sitting where you are many decades ago, I could not have imagined the many times I would have to move in another direction to stand where I am today at this very moment. You see, I graduated 34 years ago. Ooh. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. From a small all-girls school back in Baltimore, Maryland, I arrived that fall in Philadelphia to pursue a criminal justice degree here at St. Joe's on Hawk Hill. And I was set to graduate in 4 years and become a criminal investigator with the federal government. That was my plan. But how many of you can guess that in all my planning and with all of what I felt was a great vision, I had to what? Yes, pivot. When I think about my life at the starting line where you all sit today, I had no idea that I would meet my future husband my freshman year here at St. Joe's. I never dreamed I would have a graduate degree at the age of 23, nor the opportunity to start teaching right here at St. Joseph's University in the Criminal Justice Department right after I received that master's degree. I also had to pivot because I ended up not working in the dream job I envisioned. I knew I wanted children, but I never dreamed that I would have 3 beautiful gifts who keep me moving in every way. Nor did I think I would ever be an elected official or even standing here talking as a state representative, or the devastating blow of standing here without my soulmate and best friend cheering me on in the audience, or ever imagine that I would be the commencement speaker for Penwood High School, where my husband attended school, K through 12, played basketball, graduated, and worked in his career as your athletic director. Whew. A life full of pivots. We all have to pivot because all of us have a story. And our journey to get there will take some turns through joy, adversity, successes, and even pain. Your class, the class of 2024, has seen its share of challenges and successes. Think about the fall of 2020 when you started your high school journey in the uncertainty of a pandemic. Then the thought of reintegrating back into in-person instruction. The vision of planning and the creation of new spaces and the building of a legacy for our district, evident in your beautiful new athletic complex, known as the Rap Curry Athletic Complex at Kerr Field. The unexpected tragic losses of cherished classmates and a beloved administrator, and for some, the uncertainty of even arriving at this very moment, your graduation day. Each of you have your own special story that makes today amazing. Each of you have achieved a goal, and each of you should be especially proud of yourselves as you are about to become the next graduating class of the William Penn School District. We can clap for that. Which I hope it stays in your hearts. I want to leave you with the most treasured quote. And from your class president, I had no idea that your special gift was a garden, because my most treasured quote, and that is to bloom where you are planted. Sometimes we don't think we are going to have to bloom through the concrete that this life gives us. Look around, take in this moment, and remember these points as you start a new part of your journey today. And as I close in the words of my late husband, Rap Curry's 2022 Penwood High School commencement speech, running your race to win. Rap said in order to run your best race, you have to 1, do the lonely work. You have to 2, be fearless and don't be afraid to fail. You have to 3, build accountable relationships, choosing to pursue the most important people in your life and make them your friend. Number 4, never fall back, but fall forward. And number 5, create a vision for your life. Vision provides direction and discipline. Plan your life and stick to it, and eliminate the people and the spaces that don't go along with your vision. Rap said, build on your Penwood High School warrior spirit, because that is your experience and yours alone. And no one can take that from you. He said, today is your future. It is a new beginning. And through every pivotal moment, remember to be Penwood proud. Congratulations, class of 2024.